Come to you. Let's face the nation.
समाजवादी पार्टी का भी मुस्लिम बेस बड़ा है. अगर वो ऐसा करेंगे तो उसका क्या रिएक्शन होगा, वो भी समाजवादी पार्टी को सोचना पड़ेगा.
Muslims are against the Indo-US Nuclear deal, says CPM Politburo member and trade union leader M.K. Pandey. A day before the crucial meeting between Left and chief of the CPM's trade union wing, C2, M.K. Pandey, said that Mulayam Singh Yadav will think twice before he decides to go with the UPA because an overwhelming majority of Muslim masses are not in favor of it, which is the Indo-US deal. Isn't this a highly communal statement?
Leaders of an avowedly atheist party attend congregations of Shia clerics and talk of Muslim votes. That is very unfortunate. And I find the same thing being applied with regard to our relations with Israel. So this is very unfortunate. And more important, on the Indo-US nuclear deal, I think even the government has gone wrong. Instead of hyping the United States aspect of it, the fact of the matter, Sagarika, is that we are under sanctions from 45 countries. It doesn't do India any good. We would have loved to if the Russians or the French could have removed the sanctions. Both the French and the Russians said, no, please go to Uncle Sam and get it cleared. We went to the Americans out of compulsion. And what I'm saying is, I hope this debate gets back to that level. That is it good for 45 countries to have sanctions on India? I for one believe we should be very cautious in nuclear cooperation.
So it's not an Indo-US deal. In fact, it's about India coming into the global mainstream.
It is about India coming from out of the core.
Okay,
there is no way, given what the Russians and French have told us. And let's be real. Okay. The Chinese have been the strongest, and the Pakistanis have been the strongest opponents of this deal.
Sarthi, the left often makes a point of talking about India's relations with Iran. Praveer Purkasa mentioned India's relations with West Asia, that Iran is the country we should be focusing on, and our relations with Iran are going to be damaged if we carry on with this Indo-US nuclear deal. Is Iran a friend of India?
Iranians are very practical people. They act according to their national interests. They recently signed a deal for $20 billion worth of LNG to India and unilaterally cancelled it. And it was in their interest, so that's the reality. And on Kashmir, whether it is in the UN Human Rights Council or elsewhere, they have always voted for resolutions supporting the Hurriyat Conference and condemning India in the OIC. Their diplomats say so across the world. They did so in the Human Rights Commission in 1995. They did not support India's candidature for a non-permanent seat against Japan in 1996. I'm not finding fault with Iran. They act according to their national interests. If something suits Iran and something suits India, we cooperate. Even on the gas pipeline, I have no problem, provided the security of the gas through Pakistani territory can be ensured. But coming back to the Indo-US deal, let me be very, very clear that it is not in our interest to have 45 countries have sanctions imposed on us with regard to nuclear energy.
And you feel that these divisions are meaningless?
These divisions, Hindu-Muslim, are totally meaningless. The BJP says it's affecting our nuclear weapons program. Yet the Nuclear Command Authority of Pakistan says that our program in fact gets strengthened. The strongest opponents of this deal have been China and Pakistan. Chinese and Pakistani diplomats have been going all around the world to oppose it. So it cannot be all that bad.
So at the end of the day, this deal is in India's national interest.
It is absolutely in India's national interest, but in implementing it, especially with regard to purchases from America, we should accept care and caution. French, Russians, go ahead, care and caution with regard to America.
Praveer Purkasa, I want you to respond to the 2 points that G. Parthasarathy has made. First of all, you're talking about American imperialism in West Asia, but Iran is not necessarily a friend of India. In fact, I have a very interesting fact here that the Iraqi Communist Party actually supported the American invasion of Iraq because they were anti-Saddam Hussein. That's one. So is Iran a friend of India in the way that you're making out? And second of all, why are you disputing the fact that this deal is in the national interest and bringing up religious matters into it?
Sagarika, first and foremost, the issue is not India's friendship with Iran. Issue is simply that oil and gas are going to come from West Asia to us. And if West Asia goes up in flames, as now we see with the oil price.
But the left constantly harps on India's vote against Iran in the IAEA.
Just one sec, Sagarika, let me finish. $140 to the barrel because of the Iraq war. Do we want an Iran war? That is the issue. The issue is not that we should be friends with Iran and go to bed with them. That's not the point being made. The point is we need peace in West Asia. And what US policies are in
Sagarika, I don't see this. How does the Indo-US nuclear deal affect peace in West Asia?
Okay.
I have a feeling that it has been a good deal, badly marketed, not only by us, but by the Americans. You have all sorts of people coming here of course now it's the summer. Come winter, now of course by which time the elections in America will be over. But you had Henry Kissinger coming and saying, this is because of jihad. The other person coming and saying, this is to fight energy requirements of India. The third person, I mean, there was such confusion in the marketing of this deal that neither you nor I are clear as to what this deal is all about.